Welcome back to the World Junior Curling Championships 2013. We're coming to you live from the Ice Cube Curling Center here in Sochi, Russia. My name is Sander Elvåg. I'm joined by the fantastic Sara Karlsson.
Such an honor to be joining you once again, Sander.
Our future game tonight is between Switzerland and Sweden in the men's draw. We're going to take a look at the standings here. Scotland and Russia on top with 6 wins each. Canada with 5 wins, along with Norway and Sweden.
And at the bottom of the table, you see Italy at 4-4, USA 3-4, Switzerland at 2-5, China at 1-6, and Czech Republic still looking for a win.
Yeah, they're playing Scotland, and the draw is going to be a pretty tough game. Might just finish at 0-9. It's been a tough week for the Czechs.
Here you see the lineup for Switzerland. Patrick Pauly playing lead, Sergio Gobbi at second, Tobias Guntensperger at third, and Andre Neuenschwander skipping. Kevin Keller is alternate, and Marco Kleiber is their team coach.
Lineup for Sweden: lead Johannes Pats, second Jesper Johansson, third and skip Gustav Eskilsson, fourth Patrick Måbergs, with alternate Fredrik Nyman and team coach Flemming Pats. We're going to be honoring Team Sweden here, so we'll have the national anthem as you see the stone colors as well. Switzerland, red stones, Sweden, yellow, both through the pin. They flipped the coin for the hammer. And we're going to listen to which song, Sarah?
Du gamla, du fria.
I asked you before, Sarah, and I'll ask you again. You think that will just give Sweden the edge hearing the national anthem just before the game?
Of course it will. I'm not biased.
Well, Switzerland will be able to hear some dance music to get them pumping as well. We're going to see the guys do some practice slides, get their brooms out, and just get ready for a battle. Switzerland, Sweden. Always an interesting matchup. I think we would maybe favour Sweden today, but the Swiss guys are picking up their game, so might just be a tough game.
Yeah, really important game for the Swedes. If they can win this, they are looking pretty good to maybe catch a spot in the playoffs. So they're probably going to toughen up for this draw as well.
Så, smørbrød som snart.
Did Andre Neuenschwander just say sandwich in Swedish?
I think you did, but since my Swiss isn't really that good, I don't really know what he said after.
Right, so while both fourth players drew the pin, the umpire came on and flicked the coin Switzerland won the coin toss, so it's Johannes Patz to start off the game here, lead for Sweden with the amazing pink gloves.
Stylish and good at curling.
Yeah, that's what the Swedes are all about.
Style?
Style in curling. And sandwiches.
Well, I'll take those 3 any day of the week. You're gonna see a corner guard from the Swiss. They said that their game plan was to make good come-arounds. So Patrick Poli, lead for Switzerland, is gonna put up the corner guard because, of course, if you want something to come around, it needs to be there.
Yeah, the sweepers just a bit too up for the game maybe, and overswept that first stone from Poli. And it's going to slide into the ring, so maybe the Swiss won't be able to get their aggressive end. Johannes Patz is asked to remove it. Maybe just hit and check towards the center line here. Just going to roll the other way. He's going to leave a guard. And Neuenschwander will ask for another corner from his lead. And that will end up in a much nicer spot for the Swiss. And it's even just between those yellows, making it a bit harder to peel it. Gotta catch this one thin in order not to jam it. But they've changed the call here.
Just gonna come around the corner instead. Light 2. Jesper Johansson, second player for Sweden.
Comes really close to the guard here. Sweepers weren't too eager to sweep it, just had to drag it past the guard, and it's going to come deep.
Yeah, you don't really want to come deep in behind the corner guard when you don't have hammer. So basically, just leaves a lot of room for the Swiss team to come around. Sergio Gobbi, of course, playing second for the Swiss. Team on occasion calls him Globby, which is apparently some kind of cartoon.
Yeah, but he'll have to face the harsh truth of real life. Draws through the house here. And Sweden with a chance to lie 3, looking for this draw to be a bit shorter. Maybe just took a bit more ice here. Got some really strong sweepers here. They can drag it quite a distance, but this one's really slow. Just going to pull up next to that red corner. And you'll see Neuenschwander call the draw again. So we will get some stones in play.
Which is exactly what we are hoping for in the first end.
Every end, Sarah.
Whoa, field flop! Sweet!
Some better weight here from Gobby. This will be in the house.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get the line to come around the guard, but makes it a wee bit difficult flying in front of that, the yellow one.
Gustav Eskilsson skips and plays third for Sweden. He would really like to find the inside of this red. And really nice shot there. Gets a roll in behind, but maybe even rolls a bit too far. Does he leave Switzerland with a roll right back?
Just going to tap his hip, and I'm guessing that will be bumper weight. This is third player Tobias Guntensberger.
Whoa, 50. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good thing for Switzerland here is the forefoot is pretty much open.
Whoa. Yep.
Oh, that one caught some curl, and will get a roll.
Yeah, and there's no way Sweden can get to this now. They're going to need to play the freeze.
Känns mycket kanske. Ja, det gör det, men jag tror... Ja, det är nog bra det där. Jag minskar ingen mer så här. Är det beauty?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of ice, and that's whether we're talking about if that was maybe a bit too much. But I'm guessing curls a lot in this spot.
Yeah, they have had practice, and they were discussing the ice. They're going to take a little bit less now. But team should know this spot pretty well. Maybe not though, this seems to be hanging quite wide. Maybe just a bit too much weight.
Yeah, line in the end, not too awful, just a weight problem.
Wie hoch wie da? 8 Fuß. Eben, es ist brutal fein, oder? Das ziehen wir locker.
So it looks like Neunschwander has called the corner freeze on the yellow. It's going to take a lot less ice than the Swedes. Well, that's quite the pop there in the end. Although I think the Swedish guys are pretty...
8 Fuß! 8 Fuß! Switch! Wow, 12 is okay! 12 Fuß is okay! 12! Wow!
Yeah, they're pretty loud, these guys.
Yep! Yep!
It lies open in the 12 foot. Patrick Marber is going to go for the double.
Vilken chans upp där i sitte, hä? Men mitt i härsen ser du. Lite utsida bara. Helst ska den träffa tjock halv på den nedre.
Patrik Mobergs, fourth for Sweden, known to be quite the shot maker. He's going to start off the first end with a double peel. Just going to jam it.
Für mich können es 3 machen, wie mit
Ja, nachher einfach einen sauberen Zweier.
Du kannst ein bisschen mehr da hin, oder?
Wir sind einfach nicht auf den gekommen.
Lassen wir ihm den Freeze, es ist recht schwierig auf dem einsetzen. Aussen wart, schau. Was ist mit dem? So.
Das ist auch nicht schlimm. Ich habe nur gedacht, ja. Ich habe nur gedacht, wenn du da nicht spielst. Was macht er dann?
Ja gut, wenn du genug curlst, ja. Ja, gut. Das ist, nein, gleich hoch ist doch ein bisschen besser da.
Taking some time here, the Swiss guys.
Ja. Du musst nur so viel versteckt sein, so viel lange.
Du darfst einfach nie auf den Touch gehen, du darfst nie dran touchen.
Nein. Weißt du, da ist er auch gut.
Ja,
dann
man kann recht wenig versteckt sein. Ja.
Wenn er dann zumacht, machen wir da
Aber
haben wir 2,
Tendenz
wenn
vorne
er
12.
shootet und nicht
So.
bringt, kannst du über
Vorne
den auf
12.
3, oder?
Tendenz vorne 12. Acht Fuß beißen.
So just going to draw the 8 foot again. Would like to get a bit more
Nein,
buried.
lass ihn lieber. Wenn man genau drauf haben, ist nicht gut. Wenn man gerade drauf haben. Lauf gut da, weil es so gerade ist.
André Neuenschwander, skip of Team Switzerland.
Nur vorne 12,
50,
Nur
50.
vorne 12.
Ja! Ja!
Wow, nur
Zieh ab!
Nur Länge!
Zieh ab!
Bis vorne
Zieh, Jungs!
This looks like it's coming up a bit short. Sweden could maybe draw another one in here though.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to maybe freeze this one and still a shot.
Alle Länge da.
Nein, es läuft nur fein im Fall.
Lite mer eller? Ja, samma. Ja, da darfst du nicht auf richtig gehen, darf ja nicht so liegen.
Ja, ich habe nicht damit gerechnet, dass er so kurz ist.
Maybe even if you're just full 8 foot here on the center line, it's going to make the draw a bit more difficult for André Neuenschwander. Patrik Mobergs with his second shot here. Went from a double peel now to a delicate draw. Let's see if he can find his weight.
Drew the button to, well, not to score hammer, but
It's rough and track here. Johansson and Putz dragging this one down, maybe overswept it all a bit here. It's going to lie for shot though, and it's in behind the guard, so not
might
too
just
bad.
be able
But
to freeze and maybe tap it back for 2.
yeah, I think they will, Sarah. Although it's fully hidden, there's a lot of curl on the ice. Could very easily just come down with a T-line weight, and if you get the line, drag it on to the yellow for a tap and score 2. What I don't think you want to do is play too much weight here.
No, of course, when you play too much weight, it will run straighter and you might risk missing the yellow.
So, tap for 2 here. Last on first end for André Neuenschwander.
Back.
calling his sweepers off. Looking for a curl.
Seems to be coming down quite nicely now, though.
Yeah, pretty close here. For sure going to catch a piece of the yellow. But it's just going to roll a bit too far. And it's one red. One for Switzerland. Quite the end, Sarah.
Yeah, very interesting first end. Hoping we're going to get some more of this.
Elsewhere in the arena today, Scotland plays the Czechs. They scored 3 in the first end. Canada plays Norway. They scored 2 in their first end, while USA took 2 against China on sheet A. So I wonder if the Swiss are going to be aggressive here too and put up the centre yard, or maybe they just looking to place his top 4, expecting a corner guard from Sweden.
Well, T-line is pretty international, so thinking they're going to draw the house.
Yeah. I'm going to guess it's a bit heavy. Yeah, that's not T-line. That's back 8.
So Sweden can put up the corner guard without really feeling any pressure from that red stone.
T-line. Wow, plaats. Vaarte, lang Morten.
So Switzerland just looking to come into the house here. Top 4.
And that's top 8 foot, so Sweden can hit and roll in behind the corner guard and be in front of the T-line here. Take out from Johannes Pats. Bit down on weight there and over curls.
I'll see Switzerland at 76% overall for the whole team, ranked 5th.
Whoa! Ganz weg. Achtung! Yep!
Gobi would of course like to get rid of the yellow and roll away from the corner guard. A good shot there. So Sweden's deciding not to be too bothered about the 2 reds in the house and draw behind the corner guard. And now really putting the sweepers to work to get this in place. Just feathers the guard. Finds the 12-foot, will sit for third shot and quite close to the guard. So Switzerland looking at the run back here. Runs it straight back, but now it's in front of the house.
Sweden on 80% overall. I think they had a good week. Just maybe had a wee upset against Norway in the first game. Bit of a crazy aggressive game, I heard, and they lost that one. Other than that, they've done pretty good. Certainly one of my favorites before the week started.
So Switzerland can only see just a little bit of that. There's quite a lot when you play out to the wing, though.
Backline. On net freeze. Okay. Nice, backline.
Problem here, if you play back line and you happen to catch the yellow guard, you might just end up pushing it into the house rather than pushing it out of play.
Whoa, back. See up. Ja! See Jungs! Ja! Whoa!
Just feathered the top yellow, I think. Still being able to come down onto the yellow.
Yeah, really nice shot, and just enough weight to push it out as well. Does leave the roll back for Sweden though. But Switzerland currently sitting 3. Won't get the roll behind the guard, so now going for the roll to the other side. Didn't get that decision quick enough, so won't really roll in front of the red.
Just overthrown this one, I think, but will remove the yellow.
Jag tänker frys, ja. Je zet het locker trap, hoor. Då kan vi lika gärna. Han har rausgeschossen, ja. Vad har du på tid? Då ska bara skilja om, hoor.
So Sweden's going to play the freeze, and if Switzerland is able to blast everything away, they're thinking then that it'll give them a pretty good opportunity to come around the corner guard then.
Weißt du, das ist körperlich. Das ist da, wo ich die 2 C-Codes gespielt habe. Also vorher das Gefühl, am ersten wäre eigentlich fast, der wäre nie mehr gekommen. Ist der, wo jetzt sieht,
Gustav Eskilsson looking for the perfect freeze here. Really need some help from his sweepers. Johannes Pats and Jesper Johansson. Even Patrik Marbergs will join in the sweeping. It's good enough for second shot.
Der ist einfach einfacher als anders. Ja, wir brauchen den drin. Ja. Jetzt bin ich noch hoch. Der liegt auf 4 Tier. Nicht zu weit, da lange da. Ja, ja. Sicher im Haus bleiben. Ja, nein, wenn er nicht ganz hinterher geht, weißt du, der Hit and Roll, wo er dann
nein, er muss nicht hinterher.
Ja, eben, er muss nicht.
20. Nicht weit. Eigentlich so, dass einfach der Gal drauf vorbeikommt, oder? Nein, am liebsten wirklich einfach so, dass er nicht mehr reinspielen kann. Also, ja, höchstens. Ja.
Achtung!
Wow, wow!
Achtung!
Ja! Zieh! Ja! Ja! Go, 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 go!
And sweeper's just on that a little bit late. He will remove the yellow, but also their own red shot zone.
Eller där. Jag tycker det. Så hamnar vi här. Spela en kring här då. Eller kontrollera.
So Patrik Marberg is going to go for the double here, just hoping to blank this end. Really don't want to take the risk of finding trouble with even scoring here.
Hamnar vi inte helt gömd så att han vicken på locket liksom.
That'd be really nice to stick around here though. If you roll out, just going to allow the corner guard draw for Neuenschwander. Got to be close. Oh, there we go, sticks around, even behind the T-line. Perfect shot there by Patrik Marbergs.
Ska bli mjukt och släppa den. Han låg ut.
Weniger nog. Nu ni hit and roll in the card.
Tycker ni delar om man rullar av eller? Tycker ni delningen om man rullar av? Jag tycker nästan det.
Stay! Er hat noch den anderen Gal, weißt du, er könnte 2 machen aus dem. Nein, schon Fuß, ist schon gut.
I think Neuenschwander
Weniger.
is able to read the Swedes' minds, or understand Swedish for that matter.
Ja,
Patrick and Eskilsson were just talking about splitting the yellow if Neuenschwander ever rolls out, and I think he just realised that before playing his shot. So I think he just told his vice skip now to just make sure you stick here. Maybe playing less weight as well to control the line. Again, my Swiss is not the best, but
But if that was what he said, well, it makes sense, so it's probably what he said. But is it what he's gonna do?
Ja, nej, stay niet. Ut.
It's going to roll out. And now let's see if that split is makeable. Certainly looks makeable. So play the split here, I think you have two options. If you don't make it, either let it curl into the guard, you blank it, or maybe just sweep it all the way through if you don't get the line. That is Patrick Malbergs with a split for two here. Don't think we've seen that so far this week on our stream. It's got to be close. Just needs to curl a wee bit more. Needs a touch. Take a touch. But not enough, and it's going to hang around for one.
So Sweden scores one and the game is tied, and look how close that is.
Er ist wieder ein gerade die Linie da. Ehrlich? Der, der jetzt gespielt hat? Ja, voll. Vielleicht ist er schnell rausgekommen.
So one each after two here. Over on Scotland, Czech Republic. They blanked the second end, so still 3-0 to Scotland. Norway picks up two, and the second after Matt Dunstan just over curled a hit really with his last one. Allowed Skip Eirik Møen to draw for two. So two each there. And between China and USA, looks like Corey Dropkin and his team picked up a steal of two to make it a 3-0 game over the Chinese. This is Johannes Batz with wide receiver gloves. A wide receiver would be a player in an American football team, the one that catches the ball.
But apparently also very handy for sweeping.
Yeah, told us he gets more grip with these type of gloves. Although he could choose a black one.
Well, if he would have done that, he wouldn't have had you talking about him so much on the stream.
Yeah, I just love pink.
Maybe he can get you a pair as well. And once again, we are going to be in for an interesting end. That is, if this corner guard stays corner guard. Well, of course, it might still be interesting.
Yeah, this happened in the first end. And we still had plenty of stones in play. So Sweden will play the hit, and we'll just see if Neuenschwander calls for another corner. Or if he bails out.
Dämpad! Dämpad! Japp! Go! Japp! Japp! Shoot!
So Johannes Patz makes a little roll there. And we're not going to see another corner guard from Switzerland. They're going for the takeout now. Well, Sweden this time in front of the T-line rather than behind it. So might be a wise call.
Whoa!
Was just going for the hit and roll, but makes a double instead, so that's a good result. So it looks like we might be in for quite an open end here instead.
Ja. Nu, 9,5. Nu, 9,5. Ja. Ja. Dat is zeer snel. 8,5, nu. Ja. Oh. Stand. Stop. Stand. Wow, wow, wow. Noon. Wow, wow, weg. Noon. Wow. Nu naar half vielleicht. Ja. Lampard.
So both teams just kind of trading takeouts here in the third end. Of course, Switzerland would like to keep hammering the even ends, so they are going to go for a blank here. Keep the hammer in fourth.
Wow. 50. See! Yup! See! Yup!
Leg die Shotgun. Mijn shotgun. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Gustav Eskilsson, he went to the curling academy in Härnösand, is it?
Yep, we do have a curling academy there where you could go to school and play curling from ages 12 to 15 maybe, or 11 to 14.
Did you go?
Nope. So far away I didn't want to. No, it's actually you move there when you are 15, so like high school till 18. I didn't want to move all the way up there. We had good training facilities at home, but it is really an advantage for a lot of the Swedish kids that go there, get to practice lots and spend lots of times with other curlers and good trainers.
This would just be a couple of hours north of Stockholm?
Yeah, just about 4 maybe if you drive.
That far, is it?
Ja, wieder einfach gerade. Ich ganz davon, wenn du am Schluss ein bisschen Zwick ist oder nicht. Oder? Es ist echt wenig, was es ausmacht. Du bist einfach nie das Linie und raus.
Top wieder!
Nein. Und Länge hast du ein bisschen
Top
hinter
wieder!
uns. ist mehr Innenhändler. Nicht so viel ist. Ja. Shot. Sani.
Låg den där eller?
Smyg med nu.
Ja, men jag trycker den inte lika mycket.
Talking to one of their coaches, Martin Rios, the reigning world mixed doubles champion, told me that these Swiss guys have played close to 10 years together, growing up together in Dübendorf, and more or less they all go to the same school. It's not that often you get teams that kind of been playing together forever.
Well, not that often. I think every now and again, as the years kind of go along, people will quit or you might find new players, but these boys have been curling together for a long time and obviously know each other very well, which can definitely be an advantage. So Patrick will roll out with his last, won't even ask the question of Neuenschwander, who's just going to put this through the house.
Spelen selfie, inhändler, gut klein. Polly, du stoppen. Stopp.
Nej, det visste man inte.
Det gör ju inga helmissar.
Nej.
Den här är ju inte speciellt bra. Men det är dragningen som gör det dåligt igen.
Ja, mindestens.
So last on of the third end. This is just going to go straight through to be a blank for Switzerland. They will keep hammer in the fourth end. And I believe we're having a guest on his way. So I'm going to leave you for a couple of minutes and you're going to be talking to Hans Wuttrich, head ice maker, doing a fantastic job here in Sochi.
Sonst sind, glaube ich, alle anderen Seiten sind regelmäßig, würde ich sagen.
Welcome, Hans.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Welcome to the commentators bench.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
I'm afraid we didn't have the time to tidy up, but I guess you'll get by. Now, for the people that don't know you or what you do, what's your role here this week?
Well, I'm one of the 3 ice makers that are going to be responsible for the Olympics next year, and so we're basically trying to figure out the building, and so far we've been fairly successful with everything. Things are working pretty good, and we had some really good cooperation from everyone from the building here. So.
What's the first thing you do when you come to a venue like this? What's the first things you have to figure out and start with?
I guess the water is one of the most important things. They have a fairly good water system in place that we have recommended from the World Curling Federation. The other thing is obviously the building itself. You know, the air handling, the humidification, air conditioning, heating. It's a big thing. Humidification is a big thing in a climate like this where you can get a lot of rain like we had the past few days. Yesterday and today it's actually quite amazing because the dew point, for the viewers out there, they don't probably understand dew point too much, but humidity. The humidity outside was actually just the same as inside, or even lower, because it got really cold last night, and so the dew point really dropped, and it's pretty much been the same inside as it's been outside. So. Which is quite unusual for you know, a climate like this.
Well, that's good for the ice.
It's good for the ice, and it's we don't even have to run our humidification right now. So,
but you will be able to control most things in the arena.
Yes, it looks pretty good. There's a few things obviously that have to be looked at and you know, done for next year, and that's usually the case in every building when you when you start looking at venues like this, and hopefully Leif will have the upper hand in getting all the stuff done that we need to get done.
Do you expect to get good ice for the Olympics?
Well, I would hope so. It's the it's the highest event you can get to, and as you know, like the teams now really basically just try to train from Olympics to Olympics. It's the ultimate goal, I guess, for a curler.
So what does your day look like in the arena? I know the ice makers work quite hard. When are you here in the morning?
We meet at 5:45 for breakfast, and we usually get up around 5, and we have our own little breakfast club. We just have our cereal in our room and then get picked up. We're here by about 6:15 in the morning, and usually leave here between 10:30, 11 o'clock, sometimes a little after 11, and that's a daily routine for the entire time. So it's pretty, it takes a bit out of you.
Yeah, because you have to be here more or less all the time, because you have to be out there mopping, pebbling after the fifth end and between games and so on.
Yeah, that's correct. And we also want to keep monitoring what happens all the time. Like, we want to see how the building reacts, at different times and the different scenarios. So it's good for all of us to know, because there's 3 of us, and up until, I guess, last year's Olympics, there used to be just 2 guys, but we've had a couple events now where guys been getting sick. Like I know that Scott Henderson, that was here before, he got violently sick in Turkey. I've gotten sick a couple of times, or somebody can break something or whatever, So it's good to have 3 people that know if a guy is missing, what's going on.
Yeah, I could see that. But I'm guessing you're more than 3 people. There's a lot of assistants, I'm guessing, in the crew.
Yeah,
how many are you in total to do the ice?
There is a bunch of volunteers. There's about 5 people work with us, with the 3 of us all the time, that clean up snow and do help do some of the mopping and whatnot. And they work 2 shifts. They come, 1 shift comes in the morning and 1 shift comes in the afternoon. So
you've been happy so far with the ice crew's work and
yes,
the ice conditions?
We've had real good cooperation from all the people, from every aspect. People have been really good.
Have you been able to watch any of the games?
Well, what you guys been doing a fantastic job, by the way, and it's amazing that these little cameras, give you such a good reception and such a good picture. It's been excellent.
Have you ever played curling yourself?
Oh yes, you can't be an ice maker and not curl. Well, you can be an ice maker and curl, but I think if you want to be a really good ice maker, you should understand the game well, and you should be a curler.
Now, I'm just going to ask you, where are you from?
I'm from Gimli, Manitoba, Canada, which is about 60 miles north of Winnipeg.
So Hans Wuttrich, it sounds like almost like an Austrian name. Do you have any?
It's Swiss.
Swiss.
I was born in Switzerland, and then moved to Canada when I was 18, and I've been there for 36 years. So
you're supporting Canada or Switzerland?
Well, I'm neutral. Completely neutral. I'm an ice maker, and I'm completely neutral, obviously, so can't support anyone.
Okay, I'm not sure if I believe that, though, Hans. Well, we certainly just hope for the best games we can get. And I'm not sure if you've seen these guys out here too much this week, but we have Sweden. They're pretty close to a playoff, while Switzerland not doing too well, maybe. Have been a bit unlucky. And looks like they might just be set up for a couple of points on this end.
Well, certainly have some good upcoming juniors that, and you can see that the roots of curling are well alive, like with the Scottish teams.
Yeah, see the same names.
I know all the
again.
fathers of made ice for all the fathers of those young boys, and it's great to see that. It's the same in our family. Our son was just in the provincial high school championship, and everybody says the same thing in Canada. it's usually fits in your family, and if kids keep the tradition up, that's nice to see.
How many years have you done ice making?
I've done this level ice making for over 20 years, and I've done ice making for over 35 years in total.
How do you start off with doing this?
I started off in the old Gimli curling club as a helper the 1 year, because I was working on a grain farm, and there wasn't much to do in the winter time, so I started making ice and then just got into it like that and started volunteering on these big events and then become an ice maker.
And you enjoy it?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Your next event is when?
My next event is I get home for about a week and 3 days, and I'm off to Victoria.
So, and Victoria will be the
World
Men's Championship?
The men's, yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Is that your favourite event of the year?
It's one of the events. It'll be a good event. It's a real nice arena. I've done a couple events there, and it's a nice arena. It's a nice location. It should be a good event.
I'm guessing you'll probably have a lot more people coming into the arena, as it's in Canada. You'll have more people.
Yeah.
And is that a challenge? Because you might have no people in the arena in the morning, and then you'll have thousands of people coming in.
It's a big difference making ice with people in buildings and not having people in the buildings. Like, the challenge is really like turned 100%. Like you have a whole different thing to deal with when you're dealing with 5 to 17 or 18,000 people in a building making ice, and where it's like this.
Yeah, we don't have too many people in the arena here now, but we're hoping this will fill up for the Olympics next year. Is it, will it be different having 2,200 people in here?
Oh, it'll most definitely be different, yes. We'll get a bit of an idea tomorrow. They're supposed to bring 500 people in to watch tomorrow.
That's like
500-600
school children? Or?
I'm not exactly sure. They just said they're bringing 500 or 600 people in tomorrow just to put in the seats. So we'll get a pretty good idea of maybe what people will do. So.
Do you think it will affect the ice at all?
No, but it'll affect the air temperature. So we'll have to do maybe a bit of adjusting and see what happens.
Johannes, håll igång Johannes. Håll igång. Japp. Japp. Lägg en frys. Inget dött bara. Se till att ni kan köra. Japp. Kör nu, kör. Kör. Det drar.
So, I did hear a couple of things from the players over the week that maybe the ice has straightened up a little bit, or is that?
That's usually an occurrence that happens most of the time. When the ice is green, it finishes quite hard, and
when it's green.
Yeah, when it's green, when it's first been installed and flooded, we call it green. It's it's like not cured, and as the time goes on, it gets a little bit straighter. We started to clip a little bit more and change the conditions a bit, and also we get the curl back a bit now. I don't know if you noticed now, the morning draw has been a little straighter because it's been colder the last couple of days. It's kind of now it's kind of back to what it was.
Right, so looks like Switzerland's line shot here. Well, there's two red stones checking in front. What do you think Sweden should do here, Hans? Do you know your tactics?
Okay, let's take a look.
Swedish bench right here. Might just,
well, they can see they can see a little bit of the one stone, so I would try to either freeze on the red one or try to peel. It looks like they're trying to freeze onto it. So.
Yeah, Switzerland has the last stone here, so if they can freeze it here, maybe hide it as much as possible behind those two checked stones. Might be hard for Orange-Fan to draw for two in the end.
Yeah, it's a crap. That's right.
Kom på det nu eller? Spela bara garden då.
You're gonna put a guard.
you still speak
Upp mot
Swiss?
linan.
Swiss, oh yes, yeah.
Weiter linan.
So you can maybe
Weiter
help
linan.
us translate what the guys are thinking about with the next goal.
Well, when I can hear the Swiss talk, I definitely can.
Das Schlimmste, was passiert ist, dass es gerade ist.
Funderar på om jag ska lite mer
Das ist
is.
immer schon, oder?
Mina köra lite mer isbita.
De har ju.
Nej, precis. Jag tror det är bra, ja.
You can see the ice he's taken for a draw there now. Like this morning, there wasn't as much curl as that.
Yeah, this is about what 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, and this morning was definitely a little bit straighter. It was quite cold outside last night and this morning. It was like minus outside, and yesterday the high was 5 outside. So the whole building got a little colder, so it straightened the ice out a bit.
Yeah, it felt a bit colder in the corridors even.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm guessing weather is quite important when it comes to the ice, and
Very important. Yes.
and that's probably one of the good reasons why we can hold or host this event in the exact same time we'll have the Olympics next year.
Exactly. Yeah. But if the building is built properly, like if you have all the amendments that you need in the building, the outside should not affect what happens in here. We should have enough humidification, heat, air conditioning, and air handling so that the climate in here stays good all the time. So if we've done our job with telling them what should be built, then it should be good.
Let's hope for that, Hans. And now it looks like the Swiss guys are having a wee chat. Maybe you can listen in and tell us what they're thinking about.
Es könnte schon sein, dass wir Schutz sind im Fall.
They're not sure if they're shot or not, they're saying.
Das kann ich jetzt behaupten. Sie sind schon. Versuch das länger. Mach schon am meisten Druck.
Voll.
They're thinking about putting pressure on the Swedes and drawing around it for second shot.
Meinst du? Schon gut. Länge? Ja, jetzt vor. Ja, ist schon gut. Ich würde sie probieren.
Yeah, they're going to try to outdraw for a second shot.
Not shot?
Well, they're trying for a second. They're not sure actually.
Okay.
They're trying to draw in for a second stone. Yeah.
So if they're lying one here,
If
then
they're lying
trying
one,
to draw for
yeah,
two,
that's
to lie
right.
two.
Yeah.
And
They
these
want to put pressure on the Swedes. So.
these guys are from Diebendorf. You far away from there?
I grew up in the Bern area. They're in Zurich area. These guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the accent will a bit different.
A little bit different. Yeah.
Wow, Platz!
I have a sister that lives just not far from where they're from.
Switch! Warte!
So 60% for Neunschwander so far. Looking to improve these numbers with a draw. Just
It's way short.
yep.
Okay,
Didn't quite get the line either, but they had to jump it as well. And the stones tend to go a bit straighter when you have to jump on them at the start.
Absolutely, but if he would have had to wait, he would have been okay because he just had to bite the button, right? So.
mega fort sås.
Har väl ingen då. Han kan väl skjuta. Den är inte lätt. Och den är ju bara för 3 ändå. Om han skulle sätta våran här.
Der ist steil. Ich habe jetzt das Gefühl, dass mein Look nicht rauskommen. Ja, im ersten Stand ist es gut. Ja.
Alltså täcka utsidan på den här är ju nummer 1.
Ist gut.
Ja, absolut.
Alltså låt han köra den här, det känns inte så farligt.
Ja, mit dem kannst du voll drauf bangen. Wenn er reinlegt, hat er eben brüllen, oder? Schau, was er macht.
Ich denke, er macht gar nicht. Skjuta gul i gluggen. Samma fart.
I think they might just be guarding here, Hans. If the Swiss guys could ever come on to the same shot, just the stone just played by Neunschwander and run it back, it could be for 4.
Yeah, I think
think
the Swiss were looking at where they were just talking before. They're looking at hitting somewhere in between there.
Okay, so they're just looking to guard that red one.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty blocked off your hands, but there might just be a run back somewhere.
Gibt es keine Möglichkeit, zum einen Shot legen?
They're wondering how they can get shot, is what they're discussing.
Are they still thinking that they're lying for second? Or
Pardon?
do they still think they're second shot? Or
They don't seem to be sure. They're trying to figure out how else they can get a shot in there for shot or second shot. They don't seem to know if they're shot or not at this time. No.
They're going to call a timeout here.
Yeah.
Good thing you're here, Hans. Well, they might just be bringing on their coach here, Marco Kleiber.
Ja, der Lecker ist so mega knapp. Also der Lecker. Ja, der Lecker ist eben schon fast schade, weißt, wenn wir machen zum Beispiel hinten dran gar nicht Schutz sind, oder jetzt? Ja. Ich tendiere wirklich aufs Knallen. Man kann nur einen machen.
Switch dann? Oder was switch?
He says right now, if they're shot with the one, that's fine. But there's no other way of getting the second shot in, is what.
Ja, müsstest von außen, aber.
Nein, ich glaube nicht.
I think maybe you can play a circus shot here.
Aber weißt
the triple
ja,
run.
Das geht gar nicht.
If you ever get contact with your own shot or second shot, wherever they're lying there, you might be scoring 3 or 4.
The shot you might be tend to play is what Ross, or I mean Howard would play, or Martin would be probably tapping the yellow onto the red and race it straight back. I think it's there. Nice soft shot.
Das kann gar nicht passieren. Ja.
Über den in der Mitte?
Ja, durchs Loch.
Ja.
Weil anders kommst du nicht an.
Ja. Nein, musst gar nicht so schnell.
Nein, das 8.
Das 8, ja, lange.
Das 8. Er kann gar nicht Schotter werden. Es kann nicht passieren, dass er besser liegt nachher als jetzt.
Ja, machen wir den. Ist gut. Ich finde, der ist okay. Ja, lieber ein bisschen schneller. So ist es. Lass mir einen Gang mit dem. Komm, Ando. Ja, ein bisschen schneller noch. So. Ja, ein bisschen.
One of them wants to play it faster and the other one wants to play it slower.
Okay. What's the call in the end here?
They're trying to raise the yellow one on to the other one and then see if they can get second shot.
So they're running this yellow one just through the port down the center line?
They're running the yellow onto the red. That's the way I understood it.
Okay, well, let's see here. Last shot. Oh, the fourth end for Andre Neuenschwander. No.
Didn't work.
I think they were looking to maybe just run it
straight through.
Straight through, yeah. Then over curled. And they're going to call a measure.
Yeah, so now we'll see who was shot.
We're going to let you stick around for the measure, Hans.
All right.
And just got one more question for you. Now, I made a bit of ice myself, and obviously the problem is it goes flat in the end.
Yeah.
And if it gets flat, you get fudgy, the stones will kind of slow down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to make ice, and it has to withhold 2 practices before,
right.
And 10 ends of curling, maybe an extra. How is that possible?
Well, we haven't found that it's gone flat here at all, because the water, first of all, is really good. You can tell like how long people have played on it, and we've been timing the rocks, and it's been very consistent from the start of the practice. Like, you got to break it a bit, obviously, in the start of the game. In the morning game, we've been running the rocks to clean it up a bit, and then after that, it's been very consistent with speed, right toe and extra end. So it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I've only heard good things from the players so far. Let's see what the umpire says here. Looks like it's red.
1 red.
So 1 for Switzerland.
Yepper.
You happy about that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you, Hans Wutrich. It was nice having you here, but we're going to bring Sara Carlson back.
Yes, you do that.
And I'm hoping you'll have a good time for the rest of the week and just make some great ice with her.
I will do that, and thank you very much for having me.
Ja.
And if you maybe want to tell Hans Futrich a happy birthday, it's his birthday today, you can go on
Twitter
Yep.
or Facebook. Twitter, of course, use hashtag WJCC2013 or just find the World Junior Curling Championships on Facebook. We will make sure to pass your congratulations on to Hans.
Yeah, ice looks really good, doesn't it, Sarah?
It does.
I know we both want to go out there.
Getting a little bit itchy here. No, all the teams have said that the ice has been really good and very consistent as well, so hats off to Hans and his team.
So I was hoping for a blank end when we got hands on, just so we didn't have to talk too much about the end. But it's a good thing Hans knew Swiss, so he could help me more than you could for a change.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be of much help when it comes to Swiss German.
Well, it's nice having you back, Sarah.
Thank you.
Looks like we're going to have a tight game. 1 point lead for Switzerland. Sweden with a hammer here, and the fifth end. Patrick Poley is the only guy that doesn't live in Diebendorf. He was initially the alternate for the Swiss team. He's from Gosau. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but he's on the ice today in place of Kevin Keller. Both Reds are going to make it to the rings, and I think Johannes Butts was looking for a roll.
Yeah, we'll get the nose instead, so wide open for Switzerland to remove this.
Whoa! Back!
Sergio Golpi here looking for a nose hit.
Ja, 8,5, 9. Samen. Snuit. Bitte mehr is nu. Hä? Die schneller. 9.
Maybe Jesper Johansson can find some more luck with getting the roll in behind the corner guard.
Ja.
This one looking tight. Just gonna try maybe the other side. Comes in behind the red instead, although they are so close together, it's not going to be very difficult for Switzerland to play the red onto the yellow.
Känns som att det viker dem. Känns som att det viker dem.
Wow! Shooter klein wenn es schön.
And you see it there, no problem for Gobby. However, both of those stones now in the 12 foot, so Sweden's going to come around the corner guard.
Kann jemand mein Wasser mitnehmen? Danke. Ja! Wow, bara fort! Tid! Bara fort! Kjala! Över linan! Måste vänta, låt den kjala!
Johansson need to make a good one here. They certainly don't want to see Switzerland with the chance of rolling or drawing behind the red overlapped stones as you see them there. Get some good weight, but this one will still be in the open.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, weg. Ja, roll drüber. Zieh. Ja, sehr gut. Gute Länge, schönsten.
So won't get the roll. And a bit lucky there for Sweden. Chance to get out of trouble and put some pressure back on the Swiss by a good roll here.
Lite där. Das tut so weh. Ich weiß es eben nicht genau. Ich habe das Gefühl, es ist wie an der... Keine Ahnung von was das ist. Der Marco hat es schon probiert. Ja! Der soll einfach per sich in Doll mitnehmen in der Pause. Ja! Wow! Johannes! Shot!
Oh, can't quite make the roll in underneath the corner guard. And Swiss team will be looking to just hit and roll away.
Yeah, these rolls are so important. I don't know how many times we've said that this week, Sander, when teams are just kind of giving the rolls back to each other by nosing.
More than once.
More than once.
Super roll here. And Switzerland lie 3. This means that Sweden more or less just have to rip some red. Just got a blaster here, I think. Looking a little bit frustrated, the Swedish boys.
Yeah, it's just such an important game for them. And Switzerland really putting pressure on. Just kind of need to get something really going for them when they have hammer so that they can give themselves an opportunity to score 2. It hasn't really been working for them so far.
And can't quite make the double either.
Gute Entscheidung, ja. 3. Welche Seite willst du spielen von dieser? Lieber, wir liegen ein bisschen mehr auf dieser Seite, oder? Jetzt? Ja, weil dann hat er entweder den so, oder wenn er ihn da herleitet, kommst du lockerer ran von dieser Seite.
Swiss women's team to cheer on the boys.
Lieber Kieber Körle, Meter vors Haus. Ja, Meter vors Haus. So 1,5 Meter von uns, mir fast lieber 2 als so ganzes nächstes 3, oder? Dass er einfach keinen Schubel hat.
Just want to make sure that Sweden won't have a triple. Neuen Schwander with his first stone of the 5th end. Looking to guard this up.
Switch! Switch, wenn es geht! Switch! 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 Geht schon! Jump! Zieh Jungs! Ja, ja! Go on! Zieh! Gut! Zieh Jungs! Zieh! Zieh!
Yeah, gets a good line, I think. Not too bad, just a bit long. Will certainly prevent a double. Guess the only problem is you leave a bit more room for Sweden to play that freeze tap. Even if you bounce off a little bit, you'll be pretty much hidden behind that guard from Andre Neuenschwander. Although again, it's very long, so he can always come after it, I guess, with some soft weight.
Das Ding ist jetzt, wenn er Corner Freeze spielt, ist ja nicht Shot, oder?
Das ist eben Corner, ist mir auch noch recht schnell schon.
Ja, eben. Dann muss er nicht spielen und sonst, wenn er jetzt wird hindern spielen, also Shot spielen.
So looking for the corner freeze here. Just really important not to be heavy. You cannot afford to bounce out.
Got to pay attention here. Cannot clip off the top red either. Just got to drag it down here. Looking really good, just not quite. Just had to sweep that a bit earlier.
And a lot of Swedish fans here today. Pretty much everybody's parents, and also the coach for Russia next to Peja up there. Of course, Anders Kraup is Swedish as well.
And Pelin Holm being, what, 3-time world champion?
Yes.
And he works as?
He is the national coach for Sweden, so he is just here to have a look at the arena and the surroundings and, well, the event basically, to be prepared for next year's Olympics.
Looked a bit concerned, all the Swedes as well up in the stands. As you mentioned, an important game. Might just be a bit nervous, the Swedish guys, compared to the Swiss. They don't really have anything to lose here.
No, as we said in the previous game, World Juniors are in Switzerland next year, so they've even secured their spot there. They can just kind of go all in to win this now. And we'll put up the guard, so no chance for Sweden to score 2. Just gonna need to draw a full forfeit to score their 1.
Patrick Malbergs doesn't look too happy with drawing for 1 here. But you're tying up the game at 2 each, so still a long way to go, 5 ends. Got to keep spirits up, and I think you might get the alternate player and the coaches to do that. Come out and cheer up the boys at halftime break, but before that, one stone to go. Important shot. Gotta make it.
Needs to pass the guard.
Oh, so close to that yellow. And It will settle down. Really nice draw. Almost overswept. But Sweden scores 1, and it's 2 each after 5 ends. And I wonder if the coaches have anything to say in the halftime break.
Well, that's their job, so they should have something to say, probably.
Yeah, so they'll have a few minutes break, and so will we. We'll be back with some highlights from the first 5 ends before we see the rest of the game here in Sochi, Russia. This is the World Junior Curling Championships. So let's take a look at the highlights here. First end, Andre Neuenschwander with a chance to score 2.
Whoa, whoa!
Soft tap, just gonna come close to the guard, waiting for the curl. It will make contact and push it to second, but one hang around himself. It's a score of 1 for the Swiss.
And in the second end here, house is empty, but Sweden here attempting to split for 2. It will just feather the top stone, won't get it in, and Sweden will score 1.
Third end was blanked, and the fourth was quite the interesting one. Andre Neuenschwander tries a circus shot here through the port with a run back, can't quite make it, and I'm not sure whose shot. After measure, the umpire will announce that it is red, and 1 point for Switzerland.
In the fifth end, Switzerland
Hela
sitting
vägen.
shot, so
Tryck,
Patrick
Jesper.
Mabergs needs to draw the
Rent i alla fall, rent i alla fall.
forfeit to score one and make the game 2-2. It'll sit down right there.
Always.
And 1 point for Sweden in the fifth end. So sixth end has started. Johannes Pats here with a draw to the rings. Just sit on the tee line. And are you a bit surprised to see Neuen Schwander calling a takeout here?
Maybe. No, I wouldn't say surprised, but they look pretty aggressive in the first 5, so thought maybe they would put up the corner guard, but no.
Well, having hammer in the sixth might just be a good end to place the corner guard.
Yeah, I think so, but maybe this is something coming from the coach that, you know, guys, be a bit more defensive here and try to keep it tight, frustrate the Swedish, maybe.
Maybe. Or that shot stone was just a bit too good to leave hanging around.
Yeah, it might just be that. They're not going to get a worse one here, though. Perfect spot, really. And I think...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
I think Patrick Poley will be looking to improve on his first shot. It's barely caught the yellow. This time will make the nose hit. And we just might see them run a few stones down here, maybe even blanket. It might just be that they're running a bit low on time as well.
Yeah, it could be that. Always good to save some time.
Yeah,
so while they are playing open hits, would you maybe care to tell us what's going on the other sheets?
Certainly, Sarah. We have China playing USA right there. We have the score 7-1 in favor of USA. They picked up a steal of 3 in the sixth. So looking pretty good for Corey Dropkin and his team over there. Canada scored a 3 in the fifth. They now lead the game 7 shots to 3 over Norway. Well, the Czech Republic might be coming back in the game against Scotland. They took a 2 in the fourth end. It's now a 3 shots to 2 lead for Scotland. They're one up with hammer, playing the 7th.
Could also add that they are sitting 3 at the moment. So looking pretty good for the Scots.
Lite hårdare. Oh. Med. Japp. Med. Japp. Bra. Nästan normal. Va? Jag kanske sätter dit stenarna.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back, 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 back. 50.
Japp. Oh. Rent.
Rent.
Japp.
Rent.
Japp. Bra.
Still manages to hang around. Sweden's going to need a roll in now if they want to keep the stone in the rings.
Yep. Upp! Kör ut då! Japp! Wow! Ja, det blir kjapp, sorry. Ja, det blir kjapp utom. Okay.
Won't make the roll. And Switzerland gonna come round this now, maybe looking to score 2 anyway. Do you think this was their plan all along?
No. Just think they're taking advantage of the situation here.
Switch från gång! Switch! Ja, ja, i hus! Sitter i hus! Sitter i hus! Ja, ja, kom med!
Looking to come around this, won't really get enough curl. So Patrick Malberg is going to try and roll in here.
Ja, oder gerade der Switch. Eigentlich muss er so spielen.
Nein, ist einfach gar gut. Das haben wir durchgeschnitten.
Han skriver det.
Ja! Oh!
Could just hear Patrick saying that this one picked in his hand.
Yeah, felt like there was something underneath the stone, so just popped it big to make sure he was getting rid of the red one.
Skar i handen.
Ja, det syntes. Det var inte riktigt som det
Syntes inte?
Det syntes att det inte var som det.
Ja, nej, den skar i handen. Det är sådana här små hårstrån som de har soporna. Det är deras. Va?
Är det den?
Must have pretty strong sweepers.
They look like strong guys, the Swiss.
Alltså, va?
Nej, kör en dämpare istället!
Helvete vad hård det är.
So Sweden just gonna nose here, and then my guess is Neuenschwander is gonna want to blank this.
Du ser ju strecket.
En. Japp! Japp! En. Bra.
Split, ja.
Bara det. Ja, jo det är inte det.
So Andre Neuenschwander just looking for the hit and roll. He wants to roll all the way out, and will do just that. Blank the end, keep last on advantage. Still 2 each after 6.
Försök upp lite till.
Jetzt haben wir 3 Minuten aufgeholt. Das ist
Ja.
wunderbar.
Ja, du, ich bin dafür, wir spielen so weiter. Wenn sie in die Tüte legen, dann wir einfach raus. Wir müssen nicht etwas probieren. Wir haben den letzten, es ist unentschieden.
Wie sieht es aus?
Ich bin auch dafür, wenn sie... Ja gut, jetzt sieht es gut aus.
Ja, fast 8 Minuten pro
Haben wir das Zeug noch dort? Ich hol's schnell.
Kein Problem.
Ich bin auch dafür. Sorry, ich kann voll denken, ich muss schnell mal auflegen.
Ja.
Scotland picks up 1 in the 7th to make it 4 shots to 2 over the Czech Republic. Norway and Canada will blank the 6th end. USA still with a 7 shots to 1 lead over China.
Dann haben wir 8 und 10, beim 8 gehen wir schon offensiv wieder.
Ja. Weiter oben.
Johannes Pats, 89% so far. He's had a good game. Looking for the centre guard, but sweeper's calling this one, well, potentially in. Just hoping it will sit down, but it doesn't look like it's going to. And just going to bring it down to the top of the floor. Well, top of 8. So, slight miss there. It would be nice to force the Swiss to take a 1 in the 7th, really.
Whoa, back.
Yeah, Swiss just going from offense to defense here in the second half.
Yeah, I think blank in the previous was to save time, and now they're blanking to keep last on in the 8th.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Always good to have hammer in the even ends because we play 10 end games.
Yep, and then you. So from now on, if you would blank this one, potentially you would have hammer twice, and Sweden will only have hammer once. Instead of scoring here, allowing Sweden also to have last on 2 times.
Your math skills are really good, Sander.
Yeah, they're amazing. Patrick Polly has struggled a little bit so far in this game.
Easy.
A couple of the corner guards have slipped into the rings and so on. A couple of half shots. This one's better though. Rolls to the wing. Oh, this one looks really tight. Not sure if he's even gonna hit it. Oh no. So maybe a good thing Patrick Polly rolled that far to the wing.
Yeah.
Certainly tricked Jesper Johansson.
Really bad miss from Sweden there. Because it's so wide, if Switzerland manages to put a one on the other side now, they're going to be very far apart. Of course, making the double a lot harder.
Well, we have talked about coming into the rings too early. Do you think the same now? Or do you think maybe they would like to play this one defensive, not, you know, they won't worry too much if they blank it?
No, if you blank it, it's fine, but still, scoring 2 is always scoring 2.
Yeah. I think if this was the 8th end, it'd be nice to throw to the corner and run a few stones down. It's hard to keep your 2 this way for the whole end.
Yeah, 5 shots left for Sweden.
But yeah, I think they're just going to make sure to keep things open here. Don't want to be forced to take a 1 here, the Swiss. So splitting the rings early. If they get their 2, that's fine. If they blank it, that's also good. Better shot this time with a lot more weight. look a little bored, the Swedes. Are they used to playing a bit more aggressive?
Yeah, they probably are, and might also be a bit of frustration. They haven't really been able to control the game probably the way they would have wanted, and now it's really defensive as well, so they're not really getting the chances of taking control, being aggressive either, so might just be feeling the pressure a little bit here. Gustav Eskilsson looking for the double here.
Halv. Tjock halva. Ja, halv. Japp. 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 Wow, wow, wow. Mot, mot, klar.
That's
super shot.
Yep. Didn't quite get the double, so but it looked like Patrick was sweeping that one for the roll, and it's a perfect result. Maybe even better.
Why would you say that it's maybe even better?
Because with the freeze here, if the Swiss were looking to blast it, the yellow one might stick around, and then Sweden can split the rings and maybe force the Swiss to take a one, but they're not going to blast, so they're playing a nose hit here to sit on top. Oh, this one's thick, yeah. I've heard the Swedes talk about small hairs on the ice because Swiss guys have this hair broom they use to slide with, at least, and they tend to just the hairs tend to fall off. I know Patrick's found plenty of them around the hack when he's cleaning his stone. Certainly haven't seen many pics this week. Maybe.
No, the surface of the ice has just been perfect. So really, the only way you're gonna get a pick is if there's actually something dropped, like hair on the ice. Don't think there really are any soft spots. And Sweden with a chance now to sit two.
Yeah, big turnaround, really nice hit and roll, and well, an unfortunate pick for the Swiss. Might just change the momentum up a wee bit. It would be really nice for Sweden if they can force Switzerland to take their one here.
Wow! Wow, wow, weg, 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 weg! Dans weg!
Jo, kör.
Nej, nej, nej.
Den hamnar typ bakom våran. Räcker där.
Sorry.
So calling on that stone to sit is not gonna help. Sweden still sitting shot and actually on top of both of the reds, so
Kan ta lite mindre.
gonna play the same shot one more time.
Försök att få den lite längre ut nu. Ser vi annat får. Får inte hamna här topp 8, det är bättre att vara bak 4.
Yeah, so Gustav Eskilsson just telling his sweepers that it'd be better to come deep here. They want to set up the double for Switzerland. So again, just looking to split the rings.
En sten bakom är bra. Kolla upp.
Sweepers backing off here. Certainly doesn't look to be shy of weight. And now they're just backing even more off it. Well, let's settle down in time. Oh, just about, I think.
Yeah, looks like Sweden's still sitting 2.
Det går niet weg, hè?
Ja. Så.
Alltså nej, han får aldrig bort 5:an och på 3:an bättre. Utan han kanske kan...
De Vries. Acht voor Spießerlieder. Oh, fuck. Sind mal hinten 4. Etwa von der... Oh, de Vries.
Really want to make sure that they won't get another pick here.
So Neuenschwander playing for the freeze here. Good thing about this shot is he'll be able to practice his draw weight. Most likely he'll have to play the same shot again to score his 1. Looks real difficult to get 2, and even if he gets a chance to score 2, it's probably a draw anyway. Doesn't quite get the line, but sits in a okay spot. Could as well have drawn that or dragged that one further back, because now Sweden will be able to play the nose hit and sit in front. Maybe force Neuenschwander to play the hit. Ah, okay. Well, I think Sweden's a bit worried to set up the treble here. With a nose hit, yeah, just might be there. So I think maybe Patrick's just going to peel this one off to make sure. That's probably a good call. I've seen Neuenschwander play some amazing shots before. Oh. Big miss from Patrick Malbergs.
Yeah, now just the same draw again for Neuenschwander. That really was not good for Sweden. They had such a great opportunity to force Switzerland.
Ja, måste schon. Sieht er mir für.
It's pretty spectacular, actually, to even hit that stone with that weight and not move it more than 2 feet. I think we saw Matt Dunstan do the same thing here yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's basically just like the wind from the stone you throw moves the stone in the house.
So a bit back and forth on this end here, and all of a sudden a draw for 2 for Neuenschwander. Last stone of the 7th. They were looking to blanket, but a couple of things just happened. But I don't think they'll mind scoring 2 here. Nice draw again from Neuenschwander. And it looks like we don't have as many people out in the ice as we had to start off with, Sarah.
No, USA just finished the game against China. They won 8 shots to 1. We will get you an update on the other sheets as well, and we can do that right now because Norwegian boys just sat down in the hack, so I can see what the score is. It's Canada 7, Norway 4. Canada with hammer in the 8th end. Finally, Scotland still leading the game against the Czechs, 4 shots to 2.
Yeah, they blanked the 8th end. And it's the same score here, 4 shots to 2 for Switzerland. Sweden last on in the 8th. And I think they'll be looking to score their 2 here.
Yeah, definitely their plan will be to score 2, try and force Switzerland to 1 in 9, and then score another 2 in the 10th end.
Perfect.
Skala! Skala! Skala!
Måste.
Jag kör hela vägen.
So we'll start off with quite the high corner guard and quite tight to the center line as well from Johannes Putz. Not ideal, but still stones in front.
Jungs, nachts 3. Där, Stina. Okej. Links 3. Oh. Nej. Det är Kämpoli.
The very nice center guard there, tight to the rings and very exact in line. And now with that corner guard that Johannes played with us first, it's so tight to the center line that Sweden can't come around and freeze on that side. So we'll play the freeze on the out turn.
Inte tight. Ska ni runda då? Japp! Japp! Vart har ni han? 4, 10. Kör då! 10. Japp!
Changed the call here, had big line. And well, I guess it was a weight problem, just a bit heavy. And a bit tight on line actually. It's going to bounce off into the open. Not really close there with a freeze attempt.
No, and not the best result. Swedes just really making it quite difficult for themselves here.
Whoa, sneller! See up! Whoa! Whoa!
Nice hit and roll.
Vicka på en liten dämpad. Är det normal? Säg det. Normal. Ja. Normal!
Försök sätta en sådär då.
Det blir väl här.
So just want to keep their shooter around here. Like to have it sitting for another corner guard, so just gonna play normal, try and get some movement in the house as well.
Ist doch auch geil, Sergio. Da ist so ein geiler Fleck auf dem Eis.
Japp! Japp! Wow! Nej!
Hits it too thin and rolls off. Won't get the movement in the house either. And now the corner guard is going to go, so starting to look tough for the Swedes.
See up! Easy. Easy. Schön.
Corner guard comes off there, and Sweden now just looking to play the freeze in the house. Could run another couple of stones down before they do that. Choosing to come down in the house.
Es fühlt sich jetzt wirklich nicht mehr gesund an.
Kom her!
Helst ingenting.
Kom her!
Ner lite hårt.
Björnar!
Lite hårt.
Nein, ich brauche Schmerzmittel oder so. Alter. Ich kann nicht mal den Stein putzen.
Ja!
Die Bewegung tut.
Helst inget.
Ja! Kör!
They'll tap it a bit too far, but does sit in a nice spot. It's not too easy for the Swiss to remove it.
Ja, da, so. Schneller.
So Neuenschwander looking to try and remove this yellow off his top red. I think it might be easier to peel off the other side. Just a clean pick.
Oh, nein, 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 nein. Whoa.
Big weight from Guntensberger. We'll make it though.
And clean house now, except for that red just hanging around back 12 foot.
Really nice shot. I wonder if his shooter would actually stop the yellow, but just not enough.
Das habe ich auch noch nie gesehen. Dass sich zwei laufende Steine irgendwie schieben.
Yeah, so now Sweden's going to put up the corner guard. They might be forced to blank here though. If Switzerland can just, well, do their job right. Which of course is to remove the corner guards without sticking around themselves.
Lite till, lite till. Kör, kör, kör!
Zieh ab! Ja! Zieh ab!
Big smiles from the Swiss team right now. They're definitely in control of the game as we speak.
Schön. Jagger. Zwei Hände, die ich muss wischen. Ich glaube, morgen im Spiel habe ich mir so frisch Schmerzen.
Stenhård, den är stenhård. Wow, wow, wow.
So, dass ich das Messer speiren. Gern von innen. Stay.
And this one coming into the rings. So if the Swiss can hit and stick around, might even force Sweden to scoring one.
Yeah, big mistake coming in there.
Wann ist das gewesen?
Although, even if you put the corner guard up, I think maybe Neuenschwander would be tempted to split the rings.
Dann sind auch immer nie richtig hintergekommen. Selfie. Ja, ich kann mir jetzt hier. Ja, ist gut. So ein Selfie. Ja, aber triffst du ihn schon lieber da, gell? Ja, 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 ja. So. Das Elfi. Dort ist sehr gerade. Sonst mit Wischen haben wir die Locken, die sind. könntest, ja. Stay für die Liste.
Wow, 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 wow,
Wow, wow, wow, wow.
wow, weg, weg, weg.
Wow.
Ja, 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 trifft ihn schon. Ja, nicht wischen, der Rot.
Back-to-back mistakes here. Neuenschwander rolls out.
Ja, das 10.
Sweden thinking that even scoring one might be quite good here. You're going to play the... Well, they were talking about the freeze, but looking at the ice, I'm not sure, as you see the skip stats there.
Ja, breit vor allem. Knapp neben der Mitte beim Abgeben.
Ja.
Aber eben, es ist sicher so, als wenn du austriffst noch auf den oder was weiß ich.
Das schaffst du nie.
Meinst
du? Ja, wenn so abgeschnitten.
Ja, ja. Das ist recht unrealistisch. Du als Nuller würde ich auch unterschreiben.
I think they have called the freeze, Zara.
Gärna vänta om vi kan.
Du hast noch nie einen Zweier.
Just a last attempt to score two.
Kör om ni kan. Ner mot, ner mot, ner mot. Kör nu!
Just a bit off the line and just not enough weight. Might just be able to split the rings here, but we did hear Sweden consider taking one here, so I guess that was a risk they were willing to take.
Wenn man sollte wirklich liegen bleiben. Ja, sicher mal zuerst den Hit auf sicher, oder? Nachher. Und dann genau gratis, geht egal locker aus, oder?
I think that means that they're going to play normal takeout. Most important thing is to get rid of the yellow, but it would be really good to stick the shooter. So Neuenschwander just looking for a little roll out here.
Achtung! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whack, whack.
Sehr schön.
Oh, that would have been exactly what they were looking for. They're sitting two.
Yes, schön Jungs.
Sweden gonna play the freeze again.
Ja, am Schluss noch recht reingekommen, hä?
Ja. Ja, das erste Hidden Roll, in dem Mann, das ist 9 gewesen, das ist noch reingekommen.
Stimmt, ja.
Okay, genau auf der gleichen Linie.
Ja.
Last stone of the 8th end. Sweden here with a draw to take one. Need to find the forefoot.
Rent om den är bra. Håll rent om den är bra.
Nice shot. One yellow.
One yellow.
So, one for Sweden. They will be trailing by one when we start the 9th end. There you see the score after 8 ends. It's Switzerland 4, Sweden 3. Switzerland, of course, will have hammer in the 9th.
Teilen? Ich würde teilen.
Ich würde Zeiten spielen.
Ja gut, auslegen.
Ja.
Ja, det måste vi göra. Vi måste gå hårt.
Ein bisschen Risiko nehmen für den zwei, weil mein Gott, wenn einen klaut, ist mir das eigentlich gleich. Also, finde ich nicht so schlimm.
Okay, okay.
Ich finde es nicht so schlimm.
Wenn
Nein, weißt du, wenn wir den Zweier machen, da sind wir richtig vor, oder?
Schau, dass die Mitte einfach frei ist, dass wir die uns frei behalten.
Ja, bis zum Schluss, ja. Aber einfach manchmal, wenn es geht, das Risiko nehmen.
Ja, einfach nicht übertrieben.
Nicht holen.
Ja, nicht wie die Behinderten einfach von rumknallen und so, aber...
So Johannes Pat's looking to put up a good center guard here. He's going to need to put up 2. Would like to have some separation in between them as well. So this one should be either fairly close to the rings or close to the hog line. And a nice high one right there.
And now Neuenschwander is looking to put his first one to the wing, which would be a call indicating that they would like to blank the end, maybe. But looking for the soft peel or tick shot, whatever you want to call it. As we mentioned before, you're not allowed to remove the guards from play this early on, but you're allowed to move them, just neutralize them. So we're just looking to barely touch this one, but it's going to go past and slide all the way through, leaving a center guard for Sweden.
Yep, and they are going to put up another one. This one would be good quite close to the rings. That means that if Switzerland want to play a double, it's going to be really hard, and if they can get them in the same line as well, you can't really play the double without leaving a guard. So want this close to the house.
So with Sweden taking one on the previous end, I guess they feel like it's just as easy stealing in 9th and 10th than taking 2 in 9th and stealing 1 in 10th.
Yeah, probably.
Do you think it's the same, taking 2 or stealing 1?
Well, of course it's quite nice to know that you have hammer, but hammer has not really been working out for Sweden so far in the game, so they might just feel like if they can start and then start really aggressive, it might be something different, and that could create something else for them. You see, if you see the stats, you know, it's just really close. Sweden have just kind of been missing the wrong shots.
Yeah, missed a couple of key shots.
Whoa! Yep! Yep!
So this one looking closer.
And Eskilsson and Marbergs would like to sweep this one out, because they would like to replace it if it would touch the foam barrier. Well, that's a really nice deck shot.
So we're going to draw around here. Could put up one more guard, since the guard that they already have is really close to the house, so the double might be fairly easy for Switzerland.
Yeah, I think I would like to put up a center, maybe a couple of times actually.
Oh, and this one's sweepers are indicating that it's heavy.
Well, it's not too bad if it's a bit deep. Well, it's going to pull up in time. Perfect shot.
Probier spijt, aber der sicher, hè? Ja, dan is klaar. Deur rausziehen dann. Genug Hände. Ja, dat is leuk. Ja, maar dit van ons is al been doen.
Gobi looking for the double here. Over curls. And Sweden's just going to keep guarding this for as long as they can.
Yeah, now they have to pretty much play 5 perfect guards here. I think they're all just looking to bring this halfway. Maybe just a wee bit longer than the one they had. Calling it halfway. Gotta get the line right.
Right spot.
Certainly what the Swiss are looking for is peeling the center, hoping for a worse one, and then being able to maybe come for the shot stone, because that's very good.
Yeah, and even if you could get to the shot stone here, it's probably not the best idea, because, well, that guard is absolutely on the center line, so that means that Sweden could just get an even better one in there.
Not sure if you'll get a much better shot than that, though, Sarah.
Well, you're right.
So I do think if Switzerland will ever get a chance to come to it, I think they're going to try. So Sweden again just going to guard it. And I can tell you that the Czech Republic managed to take 2 in the 9th. It's 4 each between them and Scotland. The Scots will, of course, have last stone in the 10th end, so probably a lot closer game than people expected. The Czechs still to win a game.
And Norway actually stole 2 against Canada to even that game out, so that's now 7 shots to 6 in favor of Canada. They have hammer again in the 9th.
Whoa, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
So, some good line for that guard as well.
See up!
Jag ökar lite nu.
Okay. Kom inte speciellt mycket. Håll rent ordentligt. Ordentligt rent. Klara.
Wow! Nej, bara stanna. Den klarar nästan över den här också.
Var med. Johannes. Johannes.
Japp,
Kör,
japp,
kör,
japp.
kör.
Japp!
Det är skönt.
Räcker det? Bra det.
This one now closer to the rings.
De vill inte ha en
Swiss are going to go for their run back.
Ja. De ska ju spela samma fart. Lägga där uppe. Och speciellt när jag tog mer is också.
Wow, väg, väg! Ja.
Oh. And I'm going to go right past. You might as well play the other turn, because if you pass it by that little, you'll pick the shot stone.
Yeah, and Sweden now with a chance of double guarding here. It's going to be hard for Switzerland to score.
Det är bara precis över. Spelar 2020.
So stealing might just be working out for the Swedish team here.
Yeah, well, a good saying is that if what you're doing isn't working, then do something different. So I guess that's what the Swedish boys have done here so far in the 9th end. Still a couple of stones to go though.
This one's over curling a little bit. Would be nice to guard the guard as well.
Yeah, because you don't want to leave Switzerland run back again.
Ja.
Because if you make the, don't try to make this one, guard he just played is not as good to come around.
Was niemals passiert ist so liegen geblieben und mein Shooter bleibt da, oder? So ist.
Still a tough shot left for Andre Neunschwander though.
Wenn wir hinten den Double haben oder nicht, ist Bonus. Wenn so lange er weg ist, macht er wieder zu und dann hat man keinen Druck für den Lecker und der Lecker geht. Ja. Doch schon viel Händler, aber gerade spielen. Das erste Tour ist nur rot.
Yeah, it's going to make it. Super shot by Neunschwander. I think he maybe wanted to roll away with the shooter, but the good thing is just left that one in a pretty nice spot, so he might just be able to play the exact same same shot for the blanker one.
Yeah, really important draw here for Sweden and Patrick Malbergs.
Wow, Johannes!
Japp!
Japp!
Linje!
Japp!
Ja!
Janet!
Bara fort!
Wow, wow! Lägg han bra nu.
Kom igen, följ med, följ med, följ med, följ med.
You know, if you bring this one deep, it's not too bad. Because the run back will be a lot harder, and might just force Neunschwander to play the draw instead.
And looks like he's quite tempted of playing the draw too.
Bonus would play in run back though, so you might blank the end, and you'll have a 1 point lead with hammer and 10th.
Yeah, it's always a good situation.
So if you feel like the draw is just as hard, might be worth playing the run.
Was wollt ihr lieber, unentschieden mit dem letzten oder 2 vor?
I guess they're asking the front end here if they want to be 2 up without or.
Ich würde keinen nehmen. Ich würde den spielen, probieren.
Ich würde lieber einen scoren.
Or maybe have
Wenn der
hammer.
nicht kommt, dann haben wir einfach so unentschieden und dann sind wir...
Ich sage die Chance, dass sie...
Hä?
Die Chance, dass sie... Ja.
Ja, aber wenn wir gut knallen, wenn wir gute Softpills haben. Und
Ich sage, die Chance ist höher, dass sie einen klauen, anstatt 3 schreiben.
wir haben genug Zeit zum Diskutieren.
Ja. Ich
Einen
glaube
klauen.
einfach, die Chance ist höher, dass sie einen klauen, als dass sie 3 schreiben im letzten. Bin ich fest davon überzeugt.
Findet ihr den
Wir
gut?
dürfen anfangen. Ja.
Länge hast du.
Okay. Tolle Biceps.
Ja.
Nein, nein, nicht auf den gehen. Das Girl nicht so fest da.
Ja.
So, er ist wahrscheinlich gegangen.
Mhm.
So they have elected the draw.
Ja, schon gut. Die ist nicht schlecht.
And here we go, last zone of the 9th end. Neuenschwander with a draw for 1. Sweden really hoping to steal.
I think they're calling this one heavy and no line. That's never a good combination. Let settle down in time, though. I think he might just be slipping too far. And it's a steal of 1 for Sweden. This is getting exciting, Sarah.
Very exciting. Now at 4 each, when we're going to play the 10th end, Switzerland will have hammer once more. But Sweden just with a good steal there, so they might be able to pull it off one more time.
Goed knallen, hè?
Likadant.
Ja, ja.
Absoluut likadant.
Zo spielen
Slimmare
wir
de daar door.
Ich bin hinten 12 lang, im Back lang. Wenn er so, ja, nein, überhaupt.
Mit dem
Nachher einfach uns eigentlich schon wegnehmen. Also, weißt du, wenn er jetzt nur nächste 3 spielt. Eben der zweite ist gleich lang wie der erste. Nur ich würde einfach insgesamt ein bisschen kürzer spielen. Aber kannst du auch gleich spielen, die bist gleich easy. Schau mal, nur nächste 3 spielt. Willst du dann gleich so auf Billing machen? Wenn du nicht am Russen vorbeigeht, ist er sicher draußen. Ja, ja. Hä? Willst du gleich so auf Billing machen, wenn er ganz das nächste 3 spielt? Ja, dann, ja, sicher.
So once more, Johannes Patz is going to try and play 2 guards with a big separation. I think we're definitely going to see Switzerland playing the tick shot, trying to remove them to the side and kind of neutralize them, leaving themselves some space to score with their last. So good first one there.
And again, this thick shot, though, just going to catch it too thick, I think. And will the boys be able to sweep it out of play? Yes, just going to hit the bumper. And Gustav Eskilsson will be able to replace it. Could have made things really easy for the Swiss team there, Patrick Poli. But it's a tough shot.
He'll get one more try though. Johannes Patz now looking to place his second guard a bit closer to the rings. To just come around this first guard basically.
Gleich lang. Där.
Nej, grymt Johannes, snyggt.
Se! Ja, ja!
So again, looking for this tech shot here. And I think again, just over curling a bit. And I think they'll be able to get this one to the bumper once again. Just over curl there. And Sweden has 2 center guards here. Best case scenario for our game, I think.
Yeah,
for the
definitely.
neutral fan. I'm guessing you might not be as neutral.
No comment. Yeah, 2 guards up, and Johannes pretty much made a perfect draw in the 9th end. Can he make it again?
Yeah, really set them up for that steal. He can do it once again.
Mike look, Mike look. Hela vägen nu.
Oh, gonna drag this one down, boys. Yeah, a bit short. It's probably not the shot you want to be guarding for the whole end. Might have to calm down to the top of the floor again. A full 8 draw for an orange finder should be makeable.
Whoa.
Get some stones moving, but I'm not sure they really improved the situation. They left a really high center guard. So Sweden and Jesper Johansson can now just come round the outturn side.
Yeah, they'll have a chance to get a better shot in that. And we can tell you that Matt Dunstan and his Canadian team picked up 2 in the 9th end, so it's a 9-6 game for them. Norway needs to score 3 in the 10th for an extra. And can also say that Kyle Smith and his team from Scotland scored 1 in the 10th end to win it over the Czech Republic, so no wins for the Czechs this year. It's been tough.
And this one comes down nicer to sit just on top of the button.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the perfect spot. And maybe that's just a shot to win it here for Sweden.
We'll just get the one guard. And Sweden will now just replace that and keep replacing it as long as they can.
Jesper!
Vänta, vänta, vänta. Nu kör du! Kör.
Upp på linan!
Tryck i Jesper, tryck i! Räcker där.
Högra. Sitta. Högt.
So looking a bit messy here for Neuschwander. There's no easy double peel. Gotta make sure to remove the center. They've called a run back here. It'd be nice to pick off the shot stone and make Sweden play once again. Hanging high. Just gonna take the center.
Poli, was willst du die ganze Zeit sagen?
Ja. Nej, samma ställe heller.
Du spielt
Bra där. Sätt han en rad så har vi ändå mycket att
Ich habe nie gecheckt, was du mir das willst sagen.
Samma. Kein Feldstein und sie haben. Ja, Schnittlach und Peterli, du wirst.
Ja! Oh, det är långt ut!
Schon. Upp.
Det är helt upp.
Jesper, kör nu!
Kör Jesper.
Kör Jesper, kör! Johannes, kör!
Japp.
Upp på linan, upp på linan!
Hårt!
Maxa, kör! Hårt!
geht jetzt aber. Nochmal der Double, ja.
Tobias Guntensberger looking for the run double. Again, just too high on line, rolls out. And Sweden again just gonna guard it up. We're down to skip stones or fourth stones. Patrick Marbergs plays fourth stones for Sweden. Gustav Eskilsson skip at the head. Just gotta play two more guards here. Might over curling in this one.
Yeah, just need this to sit down.
Oh. I think he might just be exposing his shot here. Yeah, you can probably see half of this one. Then half at least.
Ja, dan kannst du ihn locker legen.
Das Dumme ist, wenn da liest. Und er spielt. Ja, gut, du musst spielen. Er könnte nachher halt so noch.
Ja.
Sicher da. Hast du gesehen? Ich habe das Gefühl, es geht mega fest.
Mega fest?
Ja, ja.
Ja, was willst du?
Ich will Heck. Heck.
So, do you try and come to nose here, Sarah?
Stay.
Well, that would be the ideal thing, because if you get to nose, it'll be really difficult for Sweden. They're going to have to tap it back. If you roll out, Sweden can either draw again or maybe roll in off the Swiss stone.
Yeah, but catching the guard, certainly no option.
No, that's definitely not an option.
What you could do is just play the hit and roll and just roll maybe a foot or two. And that might just leave you an option coming off your own if Sweden ever plays a draw. That way you'll be able to pass the guard by a bigger margin.
Looks like he has a bigger margin by the sound of Guntensberger in the house.
Well, it's pretty down on weight though. Should come down, curl. What's going to happen? Just going to tap that one to the back of the four. Sweden still lie shot, and they'll be able to draw again to lie two.
Försöka få en helium nu Nova. Annars kan han göra slash här nästan.
So just looking to bite the 1 foot here, and be nice to get this pretty much fully buried. Don't want to come too deep. If you're just top four, bite 1 foot, a nose tap will not give you shot. So last stone for Sweden here. Looking pretty close. It's all down to the sweepers now to drag it there. Line's looking pretty good. Just gotta curl a wee bit more. I'm gonna drag it down top four. Amazing shot under pressure by Patrick Marbergs.
Yeah, and really only the pin left now for Switzerland. Gonna need to draw the 1 foot to win the game.
So we're down to the last shot here. It's tied up at 4 each in the 10th end. Andre Neunschwander with his last shot has to draw the 1 foot. He's been pressured a couple of times this week. Last on 10th end. Draw to the 1 foot. It's all down to the sweepers here. Oh, they're backing off it, looking like a big line. Will
Really
it curl enough
though?
Oh, big swing at the end here. Will it be enough? No, it will not be enough. Just a bit heavy there. And maybe just a wee bit big line. Sweden steals the game. And they're going to take a big step towards the playoff spot. And I guess the Swedish fans just realized they won the game here. I was waiting for that applause for a wee while.
2 long sleeves and 4 with
So the guys are looking to maybe swap some shirts here. But in the end, Sweden wins it. Steals the 9th and 10th to win it. Certainly had a game that had everything here. Big win for the Swedish boys. And now they're looking really strong for a spot in the playoffs. Patrick Måberg's certainly looking happy. And if you just stick around for a few moments, I think we'll have a few words with the winning skip, Gustav Eskilsson. And after that, we'll have some highlights. Elsewhere in the arena, we had USA beating China 8 shots to 1. We had an interesting game between Norway and Canada as well. But the Canadians were able to run Norway out of stones in the 10th end. Norway had to score 3 for the extra. And the Czech Republic certainly fought well against Scotland and their chase for their first win. But Kyle Smith being able to score a single in the 10th to win it 5-4. Scotland also a certainty for the playoffs now.
congratulations, Gustav Eskilsson, on that win. This really was a must-win for you. How did you feel about playing under that sort of pressure?
Thank you. It was a lot of pressure. We didn't play very well at the start, and it wasn't really until the 9th end that we really played good. But it feels really good right now.
Great. Did you talk about it before the game, what it was going to feel like?
Not really. We all knew that we had to win it to secure a spot to still be in the tournament.
Yeah, and you really were in some trouble in the beginning. How did you manage to turn it around?
We just tried to keep calm, and we knew there was a lot of ends left, and just keep calm and keep working.
And now you're guaranteed at least a tiebreaker. If you make it to the playoffs, looking back on the week, what are the strengths that you're going to bring into the final stages?
I think we've been really calm all week, and yeah, I think that's one of our biggest strengths.
Okay, thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to take a look at the highlights now. Andre Neuenschwander in the first end, looking for a tap back for 2. It's Sweden lying 1. He will make contact, but just going to roll away for a single. Second end, 4th player, Patrick Malbags, with the in-turn draw. Looking to split the 2 yellows, and it's just going to feather off it and hang around to score 1. Third end is blanked. We skip to the 4th. Andre Neuenschwander not sure who's lying shot, but he's going to try a really hard run back through the port. Just going to over curl. And they would call for a measure. The umpire will take the yellow one away, indicating 1 Swiss counter. And in the 5th end, Patrick Malbags with a really difficult draw through the port. Just looking for this one to settle down. And it will for 1. Seventh end, Andre Neuenschwander, skip of Switzerland.
Clean, clean, clean.
With an out-turn draw here. Being able to score 2 after Patrick Malbags just wasn't able to remove the single red lying there. 8th end. Again a draw here for Sweden to take their 1. And no problem again from Malbags. Neuenschwander with the out-turn draw, looking for a piece of the 1 foot to score their 1. Just couldn't quite get the line here, and it's going to slip just too far. Sweden steals 1, and it's all tied up after 9. 10th end, after Patrick Malbags just played a really nice out-turn draw to the top of the 4. Andre Neuenschwander's left to 1 foot to score. And again, just going to be a bit high and heavy, and it's going to slip to the back of the 4. Sweden steals 2. Or 1. And it's the game right there. Take a look at the scoreboard here. Sweden stole the victory from the Swiss. And we'll be back tomorrow with some other games. This is it for us here in Sochi, Russia. My name is Sander Elvåg. I was joined by Sara Karlsson. Join us for the next time.